Jordan Leasure, United States Marine Corps, 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines. I live in Reno, Nebraska. Remember getting back to Balboa and getting loaded off the bird, getting drove to the hospital, not getting taken up to the hospital. And once I get up there, about, I don't know, 10 minutes later, got to see my folks. My folks had flew in and met me there, and then I, started recovery.
My name is Luis Velasquez. I was a Marine for 4 years with 3rd Battalion, 5th Marine Regiment. I actually met Jordan Leasure, back in 2008 when I began SOI, School of Infantry. I really didn't know him then. I always kind of thought he was really loud and obnoxious.
Did another workup, this time for deployment to Afghanistan. Deployed to Sangin, Afghanistan in Helmand Province, September of 2010.
Day 2 began with a bang, and all I remember is seeing smoke arise from the compound and explosions, and watching Marines run into the smoke.
And then we pulled up on a set of compounds. I forget the name of what they were, or what we were calling them. We sent 2 guys and I think an interpreter and a couple A&A up to the first compound, do a knock and see if anyone was in there. And as they were coming up on that compound, they took some frags over the wall, and I think kind of tried to duck into that compound. A couple of the A&A and I think the Terp took some shrapnel. Our 2 guys were fine, they didn't take any shrapnel or anything like that. After we kind of held security and laid down a little fire on where those frags were coming from, the corner of the wall. And then we moved through the compound, cleared the compound out. That just led to a maze of, more compounds. Once we got in there, and as we were, waiting to clear further, we posted some guys up on a rooftop. After, I don't know, probably 20-30 minutes, I decided I needed to do something different. I wasn't really being, utilized at that time, so I decided to get up on another rooftop separate from the other ones that I believe it was 3rd Squad was up on. Got up on that rooftop by myself, got in the prone, was holding security. I remember taking a couple pop shots, hearing a couple pop shots go off, and 1 or 2 of those coming, pretty close to me. I hear that snap, and you get that deafening in the ear, and that's right there, inches away from your face. And at that point, I wanted to.
I look away for a second. He sets down his M249 saw, and he stands for 10 seconds. In those 10 seconds, a sniper was able to shoot him below the hip, on the thigh, and he's on the ground in a split second. And as soon as he hits the ground, I'm surprised. I thought he just had fallen or something, but he was actually shot by a sniper. To my left was Sergeant Roberts. He was trying to calm Jordan down, telling him to just relax, that the corpsman was on his way.
Pretty bad, sharp pain, probably the worst, definitely the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. And looked down, and blood's just kind of oozing out, and immediately try and, sit on my butt, and that's painful. That bone's grinding on itself, and went to try and, put pressure down, but I couldn't get myself to put enough pressure down, me doing it myself just because of the pain. At that point, it was kind of hectic for a little while. No one could really figure out, how to get up there. The ladder was up top. The reason the ladder was up there was to get guys across, but there were try to provide security and get some cover, get some concealment. At one point I remember telling Sergeant Roberts, let's go, you can jump over here, jump across this alley.
At that point, I could hear Lance Corporal Salceda to my right calling for a medevac over the radio. The corpsman arrives and finds the wound where it was by the hip. And it turns out that it was actually it fractured his femur. And so he was completely immobile, and one slight move caused him pain.
November, I was shot in the right femur, fracturing my right femur and severing my sciatic nerve. Then was flown out of Afghanistan to Germany and then back stateside, where I finally ended up at Balboa, San Diego Naval Medical Center. Went through many months of rehab and physical therapy and everything like that, and ended up getting a adaptive brace to wear on my right leg below the knee, since the sciatic nerve was severed. I had a lot of paralysis, I guess, below the knee, couldn't move it, couldn't feel it or anything like that. He said, I don't mean to sound drastic, but would it make more sense to just take the leg off to get all that bone infection out of there? And she said, yeah, that was, that's the idea that I would go with. We can't tell people that, tell them, okay, best shot's just to go take your leg off. She said that would be a very good decision. 3 months waiting for that to heal up right and get fitted for prosthetic. I guess through those 3 months, I didn't have anything to do. I wasn't doing school, I wasn't working. I had a lot of time to think, and that thinking wasn't really good. I started drinking a lot. I started abusing the painkillers I was getting for getting the amputation. I wasn't doing all that great, but once I was able to get my leg, got that fitted, got up and moving, got enrolled in school, and got going down the right track again. I was medically retired from the Marine Corps July 2012. Got out, did construction for a while, tried to get back into school, and currently I now work for VetSet Nebraska, which is a VA funded grant. It's a program that helps educate and transition returning veterans.
He actually slipped his phone number to the prosthetist who gave it to me in front of my boss. Right before my review. But anyway, so they told me I was supposed to give him a call or a text, and it went from there.
So I got to get a butt bath and I got to get scrubbed down by her. That was kind of nice. I think things should go back to that way.
No, I learned I'm not a nurse material. Almost did drive us to drink.
But yeah, it's good. Sometimes I get little spurts where I get angry or get all stressed out, and she's a good one to have around and tell me to cool my jets and calm down and set me straight a little bit.
Time, fucking all the time, just like coming into my room, picking me up and slamming me or grabbing me by the arm and just like pushing me against the wall.
He knows all about that chin.
He knows about the crimson chin.
Call me a crimson chin.
Doesn't it get in the way?
Straight up chaos in this house all the time.
How is that?
Kids, dogs. The dog just ate his peanut butter sandwich and now he's pissed.